Well, mistakes were made. I had assumed that I had done what Prince Eruhi had asked me to do in Delver's Row, and also that I would have had the copper to buy the Cornet of Ways for Dario. But then, no one is perfect. These things happen to everyone, and I would just have to learn from my mistakes. We are in the Sacred Stair, the religious area of Nekataka, and are searching for the children of the Dawn Stars, in the hope that they would be able to provide food for the starving people of the Gullet. It is a bit of a long shot, I suppose. I don't even know if it will work, but I believe it is worth trying. If they cannot help, then I suppose that I'll have to get the Cornet of Ways for Dario the Lean, and then go down to Delver's Row and make sure that we can get to the bottom level, which is where Prince Eruhi wanted us to go. Then, maybe, we will have earned his trust to help the people of the Gullet himself, or to speak to his sister, Queen Anakaza, to do something about it. Yes, is a bit of a roundabout way of getting it all done, but this is what is important right now when it comes to what to do on my list. After that, the only thing keeping us here in Nekataka would be to see the head of the Valian Trading Company. Then it is off to the ocean again to brave the Deadfire. Well, that Yidwin woman was very interesting. If she's cut off her soul, though, how is she going to survive? Is she going to be like a vampire? The soul needs charging. I don't quite know. I'm going to put her on our ship. We'll have to watch her. Hello? From her unkempt hair to her agitating pacing, Flan Elette gives off an air of restrained chaos. She waves me over with a few quick motions.
You don't mind if I talk and work, do you? What can I do for you?
She turns away to scrawl a quick note. You work here?
Not the coziest place for it, is it? But the open air, the lightning specifically, is a boon. Lets our mages have a rest now and then. Good test of the equipment too. We're working on making it less delicate. Our junior researchers are still a little soft.
What are you working on here?
Glad you asked, amico. Very glad. We're very excited about the work here, and we are always looking for volunteers. We've catalogued a number of interesting properties unique to Luminous Adra, but there are some very specific qualities we are investigating. Qualities that a Watcher happens to be uniquely suited to exploring. You're just what we're missing.
Oh, you know who I am, then. Well, I'd be happy to help whoever I can.
Gelardi, what a relief. You won't regret this.
I hope not.
Let me run you through the theory, and we'll get to the test itself.
Okay, let's begin.
Luminous Adra has special effects upon Keith. Even to the humblest, it offers some small improvements. Rejuvenation, vitality, the kind of thing you sell to people back home, ne?
Okay.
But what about those who have already harnessed their own essence? Consider the talented Cutpurse, for instance, who can cross a room by slipping briefly into another place. The world between. Luminous Adra holds enormous quantities of essence, the kind of energy we can't replicate or restore. And these formations have a kind of connection to each other across the in-between.
Okay.
I believe we can harness this connection and your natural abilities to transport a person across great distances in a moment.
Wow. That's kind of amazing. Your theory is sound. I've used the Adra to track someone before.
Oh, good. You've done some experimenting on your own. A curious mind is a happy mind, I say. Can't mope about ghosts all day. We've collected a number of illuminating readings, and our machines are ready to harness the Adra's essence. But for the moment, we are effectively blind when it comes to targeting the next pillar.
Okay.
Now, if someone were capable of sensing that essence in the in-between, even of manipulating it, someone like a Watcher, for instance.
You want to use my connection to the Adra. I could target a specific pillar.
Precisely right. We've had luck with shorter jumps, but those were as much spellcraft as science. The idea is for you to focus on the next connection point. The machine will use that new link between the Adra veins to create a tether as well as provide the energy for you to jump effectively.
Have you used test subjects on this before?
What's really exciting is, so long as you are holding that connection open, your companions can jump alongside you.
Or they could hold things down here, make sure it's safe for you to come back.
Yeah.
The next spiel is due east of here, in the middle of a farm. It's not as tall as this one, but you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Oh, and don't worry. We paid the farmers.
Okay, what if something goes wrong?
There was that fellow that jumped a little too far over the edge.
Stop scaring our assistant.
Alright, let's do this.
Gelardi. Very well. You stand there. Ansel, the machine. All right, Watcher. Remember, focus on the beam of light. It ought to be like stepping through a door.
I see it.
And remember, don't...
That doesn't look like a farm, though. Don't what? Looks like some ruins high up in the air. Ooh, and it's really cold here.
So, are we dead now? You're supposed to be the expert here.
I don't think so, Maya. This kind of looks like what is this? This almost looks like what happened to people who suffer from Aethys' attack, but they're not dust.
I've seen more inviting whirlpools in my day.
And it is cold here. What is that? Okay, whatever this thing is, it's coming after us now. Okay, it's defeated, but more of them might come.
I've got it.
Spirit residue. Let's move on. Let's get away from this, whatever it is. It just disintegrated those people as I came near it.
You up there, run!
Huh? We have to go?
Can't. No, please.
Ugh. That's not good. Okay, let's destroy this thing. I hope we don't get turned into these... whatever they are.
Take that.
Okay, everybody get close. Oh, this person's dead.
Right.
They didn't turn into one of these things.
Yeah?
I think this thing was attacking him. This... I don't feel comfortable here. I do not like this place. What's this? More spirit residue. And who are these people? Hello?
I thought never to see your face again, Watcher.
Glassfall's long visage radiates a calm unknown to most mortal men. He stands before me, hands clasped and beams.
It has been so long since we parted ways in Noonfrost. So long since you granted me this divine gift.
Huh. If you're here, that means we're in Rymrgand's realm.
You have joined me in his clutches, Watcher. Is it not a cozy place?
His bloodless lips curl into a knowing smile, like he references a joke known only to the two of you.
I await my final end with most holy eagerness. Rest at last, without the torment of a soul or the threat of rebirth. Perfect unity and freedom, forever.
His bloodless lips curl into a knowing smile, like he references a joke known only to the two of us. I wish I had the same freedom.
You could stay, Watcher. Stay and await oblivion with me. Surely, it will be beautiful.
Glassfall's voice drops low, almost a purr.
I feel the force's entropy working in me, Watcher. My time is near at hand.
There's wonder in his words, wonder and a trace of fear. Then the wind picks up, rising to a screeching gale. Glassfall trembles, but his smile never falters.
Daklat, Watcher. I am finally free.
Oh. Okay, he may enjoy this place, but I do not. Us Kith, well, for the most part, most of us like to live. And I think that's not an easy thing to do here. What is this over here? Flickering motes of energy stream towards the vortex in an unending march. Oh my. That kind of looks, whatever that thing is over there, it looks like it has a lantern like what you have, Shoti. Okay.
We got trouble, folks.
Okay, so this is not a friendly creature. It's coming at us. Let's get it then. I'll try to flank it. Adair, take it on.
This will not do!
It's flanked.
Worth and rough!
Nice hit, Adair. I got hurt. I am hurt.
Worth and rough!
Oh. Wow. It really hurt Shoti.
Can't get a clean.
Take him down!
I think I got its attention. Ah, that hurt a lot.
This I cannot do. Bad.
This thing hits. It hits hard.
I hear you. Another withers on the vine. Can't get a clean hit.
Too difficult, I say. This does not work. Speak your mind.
Too slow.
Need something stronger.
can I do you for? Mo Ixie on.
This does not work. This will not do. Mother Ngati, is that you?
Well, I hope nobody saw that.
Can't get a clean hit.
This does not work.
And it went down. A wall formed from tessellating blocks of bismuth rises before me, and from out of that wall juts a face at least 3 amoa high. Its mouth hangs open in a silent shout, eyes wide. A damp frigid wind screams between the rocks. It carries whispers in its wake and chills me to the core.
What have we here?
The voice of Rymrgand rumbles from the stone.
A wayward watcher has wandered into my realm. Whatever should I do with you?
The god chuckles, a sound like boulders crashing down a mountainside.
You will remember Glassval, I trust. He remains here, lingering in the in-between, refusing rebirth and dissolution both. A most irritating spirit. I will not thank you for sending him to me, but I will not concern myself with that for now. You did not receive an invitation to my realm, Herald of Barath. Tell me, why should I not grind your soul to dust?
I doubt Barath would appreciate that.
I do not fear Barath's wrath. Embrace oblivion with open arms, Watcher.
The chill wind I first felt when I entered this place picks up. It becomes a deafening cacophony, a shriek so loud and sharp it might tear the very bones from my skin, or shred my soul to cobweb tatters. Wait! My cry echoes out into the void. Slowly the wind dies and the cold abates.
Do you fear dissolution after all? How droll. As much as it would delight me to scatter your soul, you belong to Barath. I will spare you that fate. For now.
Say nothing.
Now, on to the matter that brought you here. Your Animancer friends meddle in things beyond their comprehension. Were I not the generous creature I am, you would have died. Be sure to tell the Animancers that they have failed, and that they have drawn my gaze. I will not hesitate to obliterate them if they irritate me again.
Well, I suppose that's the least I can do. I'll do as you ask.
Of course you will.
Maya cocks her head and listens. Takehu pinches his lower lip and smiles. Rymrgand irradiates a satisfaction, thin and sharp as polar sunlight.
You might prepare yourself, Watcher, for something wondrous is on the horizon. Eothas will usher in an age glorious in its brevity.
What does that mean?
You will soon learn. In the meantime, Enjoy the world as you know it while you can.
Sort of what I thought and feared. Aerithus will bring an end to all things.
And do send my regards to your Animancer friends.
Rymrgand's voice fades to nothing. Only the wind remains.
Till now, I thought all this might be an elaborate joke.
It's no joke, Maya. I'm back in life because of it.
The
Tell
pleasure is
you,
mine.
I wish it was a joke. Oh, got hurt hard there. That thing whips around. It's clawed
Watcher,
hands.
can you hear me?
I raise my head to find myself surrounded by anxious faces. Flan withdraws the finger currently prodding at my temple and nearly stumbles backwards.
Oh, thank the gods. Thank Helia. Merla, you had us in a panic.
Flan sets a hand to her chest and fans herself with the other.
I don't have to tell you it didn't work. The current spiked and you went completely still, breathing but nothing else. We sent for the physician. Myself, I was about to try throwing some water in your face. What happened? Did you feel any pain? Do you remember anything?
Rymrgand sends his regards.
You had some kind of vision? A near-death experience?
With my safety assured, Flan's sympathetic expression quickly cedes to professional curiosity. No, I mean, I literally went to the beyond and spoke to Rymrgand. He's the god of entropy. God of entropy, cold, winter, bad luck, famine, and natural disasters. Manifests as a giant albino aurochs, which is like a cow, is it not? Moving amidst a giant cow. Moving amidst with great big horns on the cow. Moving amidst a great blizzard. And in the plodding footsteps of Rymrgand come death and disintegration. I don't understand why anyone would worship that god. That's probably one of the worst, if not the worst. Boudica could be a little bit worse. At least this god has kind of a natural element to it, where Boudica has schemes to bring about her whatever she's working on.
What was it like?
It was terrifying. While I speak, one of the researchers prods me gently with a copper rod. I hear the device in his hands give a high... Ah, that hurts my ears. High-piercing whine. Well, now what?
Sientere, Watcher, truly. It seemed we sent your mind further afield than intended, and without the rest of you in tow. Not entirely outside our predictions, but not the result we wanted.
Definitely not. You don't want to go back there.
We have stipend for volunteers. You're welcome to the sum of it. I hope it goes some way toward earning your forgiveness.
Well, maybe it helps a little.
Just
400
as I
copper.
hope this hasn't put you off helping us. We just have to adjust the current, give you a chance to control your flight, for want of a better word. We're all very glad you're in one piece. We'll have a look at the machines, figure out what went wrong.
I don't think... You know, I think it's very ironic that these gods came from people like us. In the distant past, they merged souls together to create themselves as a new entity, a god. And they tell us not to meddle in such things. We're not doing anything that they didn't do thousands of years ago today, so... I don't know. It's a little bit hypocritical for them to tell us not to meddle in such things when that's how they were created. By meddling in such things as Audras and souls and things like what Flan Olette is working on.
Until then, I'm sure our friends at headquarters will want an update, and to see I haven't done you any permanent harm. We'll send word when we're ready here.
Okay. Well, I seem to be all in one physical piece, but I don't ever want to go back there again. I think that was a little bit close. I could have... All of us could have died. Our souls could have been disintegrated. So, come up here often? The hum of the machine dips into a lower tone whenever someone stands within arm's reach. Every day with you. Living steel, jade, these are just ingredients for alchemy and other things, perhaps even enchanting. Yeah, I don't want to go back in that thing, like, ever again. Well, if they don't mind us taking these things, it's not stealing. Let's get out of here. I really feel like we were close to being destroyed, had I not shuddered wait. But then again, Barath could have interfered. He did kind of seem like, I mean, that's what he said at the end, that I'm one of Barath's chosen, so he will spare me. Or it will spare me. Okay, so we are looking for the Children of the Dawn Stars. Wasn't that the Watcher, the one at the trial in Defiance Bay?
Did I tell you? You were in my dreams last night, Watcher.
I was.
You were on your knees before my God. And I couldn't stop screaming.
Oh, that's terrible. The Herald of Barath, are you here to see the priest? I suppose so. There is the Temple of Barath, after all.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I've got it.
Long incisions along the corpse's stomach and chest provide access to the organs. Ugh, this isn't really something I like to look at. It's disgusting. This one's particularly sallow-skinned, yes, and has an enlarged liver. Although, if we don't study the body, living and dead, then we'll never know how to treat them. This body's ready for the herbs. Rikuhu, Barath's blessing to you. Oh, this looks like the High Priest over here.
Will do.
The tablets hold the tale of Kohopa and Tangaloa, devouring creation at the very dawn of time. Yes, let's speak to the High Priest.